think he needs to get in better shape. He looked a little sluggish at times. That's what one anonymous NFL defensive assistant said about Baltimore Ravens linebacker Roquan Smith. Now, do you agree with those comments? Do you think that they're true, or do you think that's a bunch of garbage? Well, ESPN, they dropped another top 10 list, and this one was of the top 10 linebackers heading into the 2025 season, and Roquan Smith was ranked at number 2. Now, I do agree with that ranking. That's exactly where I always put Roquan Smith, right at number 2, and it's not a shot at Roquan Smith at all, but I do believe that he's just a tad bit under Fred Warner, and the biggest difference is just the splash plays. It's the sexy plays. It's the big game-changing plays, because I feel like Fred Warner just makes a bit more of those than a Roquan Smith. But that's the only reason that I would have him at number 2. So I have no problem with this ranking, but let's see ESPN's breakdown of why they put Roquan Smith at number 2. It says, to fully appreciate Smith is to look past the numbers. He's not the classic stat stuffer. With modest production in the passing game, he had 4 deflections and 1 interception. In splash plays, he had 1 forced fumble and 1.5 sacks. 4 of his 81 solo tackles were for a loss. So that goes along with everything that I feel about Roquan Smith. Again, it's just a splash play. That's it. It's just, if he made more of the splash plays, he'd be right up there at number 1. But that's the only thing, in my opinion, that's not even necessarily holding him back, but where he could be even better than he already is. It says, but he's the type of player whom opponents and even fans inside the stadium or through the TV perceive as a true tone setter. That's a good description of Roquan Smith, a tone setter. I like that one. It says, with blitz ability, leverage, and mental edge. Smith is coming off his 2nd consecutive first-team All-Pro season, and his run-stop percentage of 5.6 tackles at or behind the line of scrimmage on design runs was 2nd among all linebackers and the best among the top 10. Oh, that's nice to hear. I didn't know that. Now, we knew Roquan Smith was extremely smart. We know he's a student of the game. We know he watches film like crazy. We know he understands all these different offensive and obviously defensive concepts too. But I didn't know it was like that. I like to hear that. Anyway, continuing, it says, Roquan isn't necessarily the most physically talented, but he's very productive in both phases, is the catalyst for their defense in the middle of the field, and a guy you have to account for in phases. An AFC executive said, when you factor all that, plus the elite leadership he brings and attitude for their team, I think he deserves to be up there. Well said. Well said. Now, this is one that they summed up really nice for Roquan Smith. This is one that I can get behind with him. But then there was this part. It says, one NFL defensive assistant says he believes Smith can elevate his game by improving his conditioning. 2 of Smith's votes were at number 10. I think he needs to get in better shape, the assistant said. Looks a little sluggish at times. Now, that part was very interesting because with Roquan Smith, I know I was somebody that said it, and I know a lot of other people said the same thing too. But I know early on last season, he looked a little bit sluggish. And that's one of the words that we use. He looked a little bit slower than usual. But that was early in the season, maybe the first 3 games, maybe. But after that, he looked like his normal self. But I'm wondering if this NFL defensive assistant feels like even Roquan Smith's normal self is a bit sluggish. See, this is the thing with anonymous quotes. A lot of these people choose to remain anonymous because they don't want the quote coming back to bite them in the butt. They don't want the player to find out who they are. And especially if he's an NFL defensive assistant, he probably don't want Roquan Smith being just extra geared up to make plays against whatever team he works for. But I can agree, but to a small extent. Like I said, I only feel like it was for the first couple of games last season. But after that, he was just fine. But the way that this was worded, it sounds like this is something that this NFL defensive assistant feels like is an ongoing type of thing. Now, that part I disagree with, but how do y'all feel? Do you feel like Roquan Smith is always in good shape for the most part, or do you feel like he could be in a little bit better shape and have some better conditioning? Let me know in the comment section. We made it, y'all, to my favorite part of the videos where we feature questions from you. Send an email to teamkeepitclean@gmail.com if you want to take part in it, or if you want to become a Team Keep It Clean patron and support the channel a bit extra, you can go to patreon.com/Ingravenvids. And that's exactly what the newest Team Keep It Clean patron member did. So shout out to Baby Ray 5210. I appreciate you for becoming a Team Keep It Clean patron. The only thing better that you could have done was to start us off with a question, but it's okay. We look forward to seeing your questions in the future. Now, first question came from my guy, D3. He said, under the radar signing. He said, what's good, Ingraven and the Team Keep It Clean family? I hope all is well. Quick question. Oh, everything is good. I appreciate that. He said, we all know that the Ravens like to zig when others zag. With everyone wondering about Justin Simmons, could you see the Ravens doing a complete 180 and trying out Jamal Adams since he is still a free agent? No one would ever see that coming, and he could also play box safety whenever Super Kyle needs a breather. Nah, I don't see that one. I don't think he would be the best fit for what they need. I think they need more of a rangy guy. And like you said, Jamal Adams is more so a box safety / linebacker. Could he come in and contribute to the Baltimore Ravens? Oh, for sure. But I don't feel like he would help with giving them that flexibility. And I could be wrong. I could be completely wrong. But I just feel like they would need somebody who's more of maybe like a free safety type instead of the box safety, strong safety type, in my opinion. He said, anyway, thanks for your input, and we really appreciate what you do to keep us informed. Don't change. And just like the credibility of all those that expect players to take team-friendly deals after collusion was confirmed between the NFL and the NFLPA, I'm out. Appreciate you, D3. Been a minute. Next question came from my guy, Alex. He said, how you feeling, It's been a minute. Hey, I'm good. How you doing, Alex? Hope everything is good with you. He said, been supporting and watching, but haven't sent in a question in a while. I went back and saw that my last question had to do with Tyus Bowser back in 2022. Woo! That's a long time ago. Especially Tyus Bowser. Yeah, that's a long time ago. Because he ain't even been on the team in, 2 years? I think 2.5 years, maybe, something like that. Wow. I'm glad you're back, though, my friend. He said, anyway, just touching base because it's overdue. Keep doing what you're doing, and hopefully I send in another one before 3 years from now. With that being said, I'm going to keep it short. And Russ, after 1 year in Pittsburgh, I'm out. Oh, okay, I like that one. Kick Russ to the curb. But now they got Aaron Rodgers in his retirement year. We gotta end this for him, too. Next question came from my guy, Twan. He said, peace to you and your family. Hope all is well. Appreciate that, Twan. Thank you, my friend. He said, patiently awaiting the season, but I have 2 questions for you. Should we be concerned that Mike Green hasn't signed yet? Yes, for sure. Because Ravens rookies, they done reported to camp. And I'm recording this on July 15th. It's Tuesday. It's 2:33 p.m. Now, hopefully, by the time you see this video, Mike Green will have already signed the contract and Ravens can keep pushing forward and everything will be A-okay. I highly doubt that happens by the time you see this video, but we'll see when we see. But it is something to be concerned about since the rookies are reporting now, and the more time that he's not signed, he's not officially a Baltimore Raven, so there's only so much that he can do. So that's something to be concerned about, especially with what we expect his role to be for these Baltimore Ravens. Every day that he's not a Raven, it takes away from what his potential could be, in my opinion. He also said, if Zach Orr has a great season, can he push Hailing Harbaugh out? No. He wouldn't. If anything, he would just get an opportunity to get a head coaching job. But he's not going to push John Harbaugh out at all. The only person that can push John Harbaugh out is John Harbaugh if he decides to retire. And for some strange, crazy, insane reason, if Bisciotti decided that, all right, Harbaugh, that's enough. But other than that, Harbaugh, he ain't going nowhere unless it's on his own terms. Next question came from my guy, Jarvo. He said, what are your thoughts on this clip from Anquan Boldin talking about the Super Bowl run? And do you think we need to do this to win our next one? And what that clip was Anquan Boldin just going over everything that happened in 2012, how the vets had a clash with John Harbaugh. Harbaugh wanted to do things a certain way, but the vets said, no, Harbaugh, no, that's not the way to do it. And they had to come to a compromise. And everything obviously worked out, but they had to have those uncomfortable conversations. And that's something that has to be done. If you really love somebody, then yeah, y'all going to have problems here and there. Y'all going to have disagreements here and there. But if you can have those uncomfortable conversations, that would allow your relationship to move forward that much more. So, hey, Ravens, if y'all got to have those uncomfortable conversations with Harbaugh and the offense, Harbaugh and the defense, the whole team, and whatever it got to be, do it so you can do whatever it takes to get that trophy. And this last question came from my guy, Mikey. He said, projected Madden 26 ratings plus the 53-man roster. He said, what's good, Ingravenvids? It's Mikey here from Georgia. Heads up, this kind of lengthy, and this is my first email submission. Been watching videos since the 2023 and 24 offseason, and man, I'm so glad I was put on the team. Keep it clean. I appreciate that, Mikey. Thank you. Thank you for sticking around for the past couple of years, too. He said, with the announcement of Saquon Barkley being a cover athlete of Madden 26 and joining the 99 Club for the first time, it reminded me of someone else who should be a part of the 99 Club really soon, and we all know who that is. Thinking about Madden ratings had me dust off my good old honorary ratings adjusted cap. Back in the day before the next Madden was put on the shelves, I love adjusting Madden ratings for every team. So below is my projected ratings for the projected 53-man roster of the Ravens. Keep in mind, the projected roster is based off of who the Baltimore Ravens currently have on the roster as of June 5th. Lamar Jackson should be 99. Cooper Rush should be 68. Ooh, 68. Ooh. Woo! Anyway, he said Derrick Henry should be 97, Justice Hill 77, Keith Mitchell 75, Pat Ricard 83, Zay Flowers 84, Hopkins 83, Bateman 81, Tylen Wallace 70, Devontae Walker 69, DeJounte Weston 66, Mark Andrews 91, Isaiah Likely 80, Charlie Kohler 67, Ronnie Stanley 90, Andrew Voorhees 73, Linderbaum 88, Filele 74, Rosengarten 77, Joe Noteboom, 69. Emory Jones Jr., 67. Cleveland, 68. Nick Samac, 62. Now on the defensive line, Matabike, 89. Travis Jones, 74. Aeneas Peebles, 67. John Jenkins, 74. Broderick Washington, 70. Brent Urban, 70. At outside linebacker, Calvin Noy, 81. Tavius Robinson, 69. Oh, you got to move that up a bit. Middle linebacker, Roquan Smith at 92. Trent Simpson, 75. Teddy Buchanan, 66. Jake Hummel, 62. Right outside linebacker, Dafe Away, 81. We got to move that up a little bit, too. Mike Green, 72. Adisa Isaac, 69. In the corner, Marlon Humphrey, 92. Nate Wiggins, 80. Chidobe Awuzie, 80, CJ Tampa, 68, Jalen Armour Davis, 66, Bilal Cone, 61. That's before we got Jair Alexander. And at safety, Kyle Hamilton, 93, Sanusi Kane, 66, Ardarius Washington, 79, Malachi Stark, 73, Bo Bray, 64. Special teams, Tyler Loop, 70, Jordan Stout, 75, and Nick Moore, 37. He said, side note, doing this made me realize we definitely need some help on the defensive line, hoping we can snag someone nice from free agency, and we haven't, in addition to John Jenkins, yet, but we'll see. He said, let me know what you think, Raven. Keep doing your thing, man. And much love to you and your family. Hey, I appreciate you doing that, Mike.